Welcome back. Now that you've understood the different types of visas, the different Canadian visas, and the essential requirements, it is time to dig deeper into the application process. In case you are wondering what we're talking about, please go back to part 1 of this video where we discuss visa types. And after watching, come back and this video will still be here for you to consume. This video will break down the documents you need, how to handle application fees, and the important biometric step that you need to go through. Let's get started. As a quick recap, we've already covered the key visa types: visitors visa, study permit, and work permit. Each visa comes with its own set of document requirements. Make sure you are applying for the correct visa for your situation, as submitting the wrong one can cause delay, even rejection. Now let's take a closer look at required documents for your application. You want to ensure that you are submitting a complete application. All forms are completed properly, and if they need to be signed, please sign it. How and where will you see this form? For your visa type, once you've started, you'll be able to log into the IRCC website, which is the Government of Canada's website. Be sure to fill out the form corresponding to your visa type that you are applying. In most cases, there is always a checklist. What I did was to print out this checklist first. And once I got that checklist, I started from number 1. So if they say family information is the title, let's say, fill in everything about the family information and then tick good when it is completed, and move to the second one. It will take you sometimes a couple of hours or a day to complete all the forms, gathering your information. Ensure that you proofread it after filling. I can beat my chest that when you proofread, you will see a little error. I did have so many errors that I corrected. And even after I was accepted, going back to look at the form, I saw some typos, but those are small typos. But ensure that you do not make big errors on this form. The next is your photograph. Your photographs need to meet a specific guideline. It is not just going to a Photoshop and then taking a picture of you that is a passport size photo. No, there is a guideline. What I did and what you should do, print out that guideline and take it with you. If you do not have a designated place where they can snap those photos, take that guideline, go to the Photoshop and give it to them. Tell them this what I need my photo to meet. In that case, you'll be able to get a picture because the guideline includes details like size, the background color, and the facial expressions, and things you should do and things you should not do. For example, covering your hair, putting a speck in your eyes. Those are some of the things that will lead to rejection or denial, as the case may be. Ensure you meet these requirements. Third one is proof of financial support. If you are applying for a study permit or a visitor's visa, you will need to demonstrate you can support yourself financially while in Canada. So you will need bank statements, proof of employment, or a sponsorship letter that can help you. Now let's talk about the application fees. Again, application fees differs depending on the visa type that you are applying for. So you are not going to ask me, what is the application fee for a visitor visa? And I was going to give you this. All you need to do for the visa category you are applying for, there is an application fee. And guess what? From time to time, the Government of Canada changes this application due to inflation and all other things. So I'm not going to give you a figure here because by the time you are watching this video, the fee might have changed. So your best bet is whenever you are putting your application, ensure that you check the Government of Canada's website for your application fee. The visitor's visa is generally lower, while the work permit visa and study visa comes with higher costs. Make sure you check the latest schedule, that is the latest fee, on IRCC website. One more important step in your visa application is the biometric appointment. Biometric is the collection of your fingerprint and your facial photo, which is used for identification, verification, and security purposes. The biometric process typically involves visiting a visa application center, or VAC, as people will call it, or a designated biometric collection center near you. Again, you will need to check the website for an address that is close to you in your country. Once the biometric are taken, the information will be sent to the government of Canada and your application will move forward. After you've submitted your application and biometric, you can start tracking your application online. What that means is that you will receive an email that you can track online because you'll be given a tracking number. You've given a special number that will follow you all through your application process. You'll be receiving updates occasionally. If there is additional documentation or information that will be sent to you, you'll be given a predetermined number of days to make that correction. Tracking your application helps you stay informed about any changes or delay in the process. Why is that so? Think of it. In your portal, that's where you track where your application is. Let's say the government have sent you that you needed to upload a document or you need to retake your photo, and it was sent last week. You did not check. After 3 weeks, you check. If they are saying your application duration is 3 months, it is not going to be 3 months plus the 2 weeks you've not answered them. That is how it works. So ensure that once you put in your application, you are up and doing, tracking your application. Stay with them as they move. Always keep an eye for a request for additional information or updates to avoid any delay. Now let's briefly talk about some common mistakes that people make when they submit an application for visa. You want to ensure that all your forms are fully completed. Then there is incorrect information. Small errors like misspelled name or incorrect passport number can cause a major problem. Ensure that all information matches exactly with your passport and other official documents. So if your writing style is first name, last name, it is so in your passport. If you are filling, it should be like that. Do not twist and turn them. Your date of birth should always be the same across all the documents. So your date of birth should not be 1976 in your passport, and when you are filling, you are putting 1979. That is incorrect information. There are so many things that can make your application incorrect. Double check is the key word. Another mistake is failing to provide clear evidence of funds. That is, you do not have insufficient financial proof. Make sure to include all the documents like bank statements, pay stubs, and financial letters. Weak ties to your home country. This is huge. Sometimes you will not see it in the document. There is nowhere where they will tell you submit ties to your home country. But it is essential to demonstrate that you will return home after your stay. If you're applying for a visitor's visa, strong tie to your home country, such as stable job, family connections, or property ownership, will help strengthen your application. We've covered everything from gathering documents to handling fees and biometric. Stay tuned for our next video, and don't forget to subscribe and drop your question. We are always here to help you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.